And you see what the emoji says is like, go ask Rita. Because here, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for the September update to the tier list. We did the massive update evolution in August, so there's not going to be as many things to talk about, which is kind of cool because we can really get into the nuance and the nitty gritty, which I always love. Now, standard disclaimers, right? Almost feels like a tier list video. If I didn't say that, is it a tier list video? Please hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it. It really is helpful. But also, this is my opinion, and this is my opinion with the extreme help, work, time, knowledge share of the MCoC Illuminati, the rankings team. You can see them right there on the right, the rankings team. Subscribe and learn. Do yourself a favor. If for those of you who haven't yet, go pick one or two of them, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You will learn, you will be entertained, you will get better at this game. Thank you very much to all of them for all the time, help, and support they put into it. There's a reason why I call them the MCoC Illuminati. And also, this is our opinion, this is my opinion, this is their opinion, this is our opinion on the champions who will best help you efficiently clear content. I do a Battlegrounds rankings tier list that'll get updated as the metas are now out, and we will get into that, and I'll doing that with my own experience. Nerd has a great Battlegrounds rank up advice section, tier list sort of thing. And DLL does the Essential War Tackers, which is excellent, fantastic. Check all of those out. I think that's it. No, one last thing. I know a lot of you like the screenshots, and it's just not time-wise. I can't do it anymore. We've stopped this a few months ago. However, I have a channel member who has been helping me out in creating a screenshot size image for us to all look at, to use. I understand why people want them. I can't guarantee it'll be within 1 week, but it'll be within the next couple of weeks. They'll get it done. I really appreciate them doing it. Thank you, Adam. And I will post that on my Twitter. So make sure you go and follow me on Twitter. I think it's Vega Playbook, at Vega Playbook. It's listed in the videos here description. I will post those. That'll be kind of my promise to you guys. We'll get that out there because I know a lot of you like it. You do me a solid though. Hit thumbs up, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and maybe just let this video play because duration does matter. All right, I think that was it. Oh, and this is a snapshot. This is meant to be, hey, what does Vega think? I just pulled Symbiote Supreme. How good is Symbiote Supreme? You come, you hear, you do this, you look at it, maybe you open up the spreadsheet, which is attached in the description of this video. You can click on the links. You see how many of them have links, like right here, Juggernaut. YouTube often shows the wrong image for the link, but it is a link. It'll take you to playlists on my channel, which will have tons of videos from either myself, MCoC Illuminati, or other video YouTube MCoC creators who I really respect, put out a great video. They will be in there, and then you go and you watch them, and then you got to play the champion. You've got to play the champion because it's all about roster construction. And if you don't like them, you're never going to play them, even if you ranked them up. All right, let's go ahead and finally jump into it. All the disclaimers out of the way. Whew. All right. We are starting off with the tier, and you can see from the little insignia there, we've got the microphone, which means we're going to talk about them in this video. Rintra's been promoted. Rintra's going up to the tier above all. Now, I'm aware that there have been some updates, and they are updates, to how Neutralize is going to affect. Kabam has gotten that out there. We're all aware of how this is going to work now. And here's the thing, is I think the whole thing sucks. But there's nothing we can do about it. Now, I do believe Kabam is doing their best. But is Rintra, is Tigra, are they still a tier above all? And my answer is 100% absolutely yeah. I believe they are. Now, 8.1 will be coming out. And if we start to see Force of Will nodes and all of these sorts of things all over the place, or they're literally littering the map, then maybe we'll have to make an adjustment of some sort as the meta has changed, because that's also what we're reflecting here. But for the time being, Rintra is amazing. This is a beefy bull. Did not intend for that one to come out, but it did. He is. And I mean, I'm using him in map 8 AQ. And one of the beautiful things for me is that I almost don't have to pay attention to some of my lanes, because he'll come in and I'll go down to like 40% health. And then over the course of throwing my SP1s and my SP2s, getting a self-root and the debuffs on myself, and all of that, he comes out and he's like at 60% health. I healed up despite what appeared to be taking an absolute beating. His Neutralize is fantastic. I love that 200% Neutralize against Cosmics. His Fury off his SP1 is a passive. I will eventually get to putting out a Rintra Essentials video. I think so many people know how good he is, though. He's beefy. The worst thing I could say about him is his fights often do feel a bit chaotic. It feels like a bull in that, you know, especially if as your SIG starts to elevate, your power gain can start to really grow in fights where you're using him. Throw your SP1, don't be scared of it. Don't worry if your SP2 doesn't crit. He's probably going to live. I have videos I'm going to be showing where he lives through some pretty ridiculous stuff, comes out the other side, and if the SP2 does crit, the fight is typically over. I'm very excited about this. So many Nerd, Bryce, DLL, MP Blaze, B McG, so many people on the rankings team have him, ranked him up, ranked 4, no doubts, no concerns, no worries. He's fantastic if you get him. Moving on to Mutants, there really is no update on Mutant. Again, this is something I could see with like 8.1, but Mutant is just so good, so strong, and like we didn't have a month where a Mutant was buffed. I think that was a good call. I'm glad to see that working out for everyone. Now we're moving on to the Science class, and there's a lot here. I'm going to scroll up so we can kind of get them in here a little bit. The Science class. This actually did have some changes. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, I don't really notice any changes. Well, that's because most of them are just changes within the tier above all. Champions who are already there. Scorpion, Captain America, Mr. Fantastic, Spider-Man 99. Although I don't think Spider-Man 99 has an argument for being the best Science champion. Again, this is about who's going to help efficiently clear contact. I do think Human Torch could be up there because of how dominant he is in specific matches. Quake has an argument, but she's only has a 5-star. Health pools are building, so I'm less excited or willing to excitedly tell people to rank up their Quake, learn how to play her, just because there does seem to be a shelf life to it. We continue to get closer and closer to that precipice, and yet we're still not there, so she is valuable. And then the newcomer is Quicksilver. I'm going to briefly talk about Scorpion and Quicksilver kind of as a pair, because they're the two I really feel are the quote-unquote best, but that's not what this is about. This is about who's helping you efficiently clear content. If you've got Captain America, you've got him at a high sig, you can run him with not his synergies, but the ones that are triggering those different parts of his signature ability. You know that you could pretty much probably do well in almost every single mode of this game with just him and those partners. Scorpion with that shifting immunities, shifting sense of doing damage, and then if you pair him, that's why we have the emoji for the ranking dependent on synergies. With just Venom or Agent Venom, he is a totally different champion. The thing is, without them, he's still great. Probably still at the bottom of this tier, at the top of top shelf. With one of those synergies, he's fantastic. We'll talk about Agent Venom a little bit later in this video. Venom is a great champion. You can't see him on here, but I believe I have him in the top shelf, if not super premium. So it's not like you're just carrying dead weight to make Scorpion that amazing. Now, Quicksilver's new. I've got now, I think, only one video when this video goes live, only one Quicksilver video. There will be another one. I used him in War recently. 4Loki is pushing this last week of War. So we were boosting, we were doing the whole thing, full plan, the whole thing that we do, right? And I had a lot of Quicksilver fights. And I know some of you are saying, and I feel it too, is like, his fights kind of take a while. They're over, like when it's done, it's over in like 1 second, the whiplash explodes, the fight's over. But it takes a while to get there. You can often miss the target of that SP2 with terminal velocity. But here's what I want to get across. I tried to get across in the first video. I want to get it across in every single Quicksilver video I make is, okay, so he is so good. He has so much utility. He can save you in so many ways. The slow that also cancels out miss, that's pretty easy to get going. That is massive. You're handling unstoppable, evade, and miss. And it's not hard to get up, and then you can keep it up relatively easily. And he needs no synergies to do this. So even if you miss that SP2 terminal velocity window, which honestly, I don't know if you need to do it for the vast majority of the fights you're using it for anyway, you just reset it. And I'll show it to you in my video. And here's the thing. You do not need synergies to do any of this. None. Zilch. Like, nada. I understand. I'm sure you're getting the point. I really believe, and I mean this, I know Legacy said it in his tier list video. I really believe that within a month or two, we're going to see Quicksilver at the top of this list, and no one will disagree. What their biggest disagreement will be on it, anyone reasonable, will be, he's just not my cup of tea. And I get that. In fact, I even talked at length when I was trying to get him about like, look, I'm even struggling to land 5-hit combos. Then I got the 5-hit combos down. I'm like, now I'm struggling to land a medium into a special. Then I finally got that down. And there are still pieces to his utility that I am still discovering. Many of you put on the video on him about like his evade, how to refresh or pause his whiplash and things like that. OYC, another commenter, I'm sorry, your name escapes me at the moment. He's fantastic. He's great. He might not be everyone's cup of tea, and I respect that. But if I'm giving advice on efficiently clearing content and you've only got one science champion you can rank, it's gonna be Scorpion, or it's gonna be Scorpion. Slip of the tongue. It's gonna be Quicksilver, Scorpion, and Captain America, and I'm probably gonna default to Quicksilver because he does it without any synergies. I have an interesting video idea, but I'll talk about that later. Now we'll go ahead and move on down. No changes in top shelf, and let's get to Ant-Man and his buff. Look, I get it. His synergies were changed, all that stuff. This isn't the video for that. Does it stink? Yeah, of course it does. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't. Of course it does. But we've got what we got. This video is about Ant-Man himself and where he's at right now. I feel like he is still a little bit bugged, right? Getting his those fragilities from when he has the glancing up, those sorts of things, that'll help his ramp significantly. The way I look at this, again, once I just frame it as where are we at now, is he's got the dual immunities. He has he doesn't gain buffs. He does poison damage, which is still a relatively rare thing in this game. That's a lot. That is a lot right there. Plus, then his damage ramp was pretty good. And I know the synergies were changed, and I get that that's frustrating and upsetting for people. But here's the thing. You put him on with his synergy teams, and that damage ramp is significantly shortened, and the damage itself is heightened quite a bit. I tested him on stream. I went from being like, he's fine, to then I started to kind of get his play style, utilizing his, I can't think what his currency is called right now, but utilizing that properly to refresh and elongate the buffs or to pause them, or the debuffs. Then we started adding the synergy teams, and I became very excited about this champion. I'm not in a rush to rank 3 him, but that's because I have a pretty massive roster. All that utility that we talked about him having, I have it in various sources. I don't have it all in just one champion, though, to the best of my knowledge. So I think he will eventually go to rank 3, and I could see for a lot of accounts in being someone where you're like, look, I need someone who doesn't gain buffs. I need someone who's doing this poison damage. I know. Take a look at it. Or maybe you just like to run the Ghost Trinity. He is very good, fits in with that very, very well now, too. So don't sleep on that buff. I think I like the champion that is now in the game known as Ant-Man. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to move on to tech. Not too much to go with tech. There was some chat about actually demoting Gilly99. I want to wait till 8.1 comes out, see how many folks are actually using her. She just feels like someone when she first came out, a lot of us were very excited. We thought she was going to be an Abyss champion, and then we started actually doing the practicality of it. Seems like someone to me, and I know she can do great things, but to me, she seems like a champion who just isn't gonna live up. Like the total outcome is not the sum of the parts. In fact, somehow it's less. With her, great champion, well designed, stuff like that, just doesn't seem to have a place in the game. I really like her, and if we demoted her, it would just be to Super Premium, which if you look at Super Premium, has fantastic champions. So being Super Premium, not a bad thing, Just wanted to kind of bring that up for folks. All right, now we will move on to the skill champions here. In skill, we only have one champion to talk about, and that is Agent Venom. Now, a lot of you pointed out in August's video, you're like, where's Agent Venom? He is not even there. And you're correct. I did do the pinned comment saying, look, I want to get out an Essentials video on him first. I want to play him extensively. I want to really work this through. Then we will place him. I did. I took him to rank 3. I got out the Essentials video. Basically, the whole concept behind it is, how lucky are you feeling? In other words, he is so fantastic in some matches, and RNG can go your way that I think it's going to be very tempting to use him places where it might not be a good idea. The synergies there are with Scorpion and Kraven. I think that's plenty. You can, power him up even more with some other champions there, like Symbiote Supreme and things like that. It's not necessary. You can run it with Recoil. I think you're just upping your how lucky do you feel. But the results are so incredible. I get why people are doing it. You got him with those synergies. Top shelf, makes sense. The 70% chance to shrug, it happens enough. You can get through a lot of content with him. He's really fun to play too, right? So that is where Agent Venom has landed for us for the month of September. Moving on to Cosmic. Now we got a promotion. Now, you know, I've been on my boy Teddy since almost the day he came out. I got very lucky in the crystal opening. I got him. I took him to rank 4. I used an awakening gem on it. I have literally no regrets on that. He's fantastic. He's awesome. I'm so excited to see the rest of the community being able to get him from featured crystals, like all over my Discord server. Rank 4 teddies, rank 3 teddies. It's awesome. We even created an emoji for it. Thank you, Cat Murdoch. It is an amazing emoji. He is so well suited for the game right now, and where it is clearly heading as far as the evolving relationship between tech and cosmic. I love this champion. I cannot say I get enough good things about him. If you're wondering, like, dude, what are you talking about? Why? Click on that link, watch some of those videos. I think it'll become abundantly clear to you. And where he falls on that list, I think that's a tough one. Those cosmic champions are all very, very different, ironically, despite all being up there and all being cosmic. Moving on, for one of the new champions this month is Galan. Galan, I put out the video on Galan. I love Galan. I will eventually get an Essentials out on him. He feels like one you either love or you hate him, and you're certain that he's going to be nerfed. And that's because if you've got him, you know how fun he is. You also are aware, though, that outside of where he's supposed to be amazing, he's fine. He's good. You know, he's good. He's good to very good. But where he's supposed to be dominant, he dominates, right? He's handling up those armor ups for you. He's handling you. He's trying to manipulate your power in the variety of ways, and that's powering him up. And if the health pool is around like up to about 300,000, you can end those fights so incredibly fast. He's fun to play. He fits. You feel like you're playing this big, hungry dude, like, who's just wailing on people, and then he breaks. The hanger goes too far, and he's like, you're done. He explodes. The fight is over. I absolutely love him. So glad I have him at rank 4. Use an awakening gem on him too. Have literally no regrets. Legacy did a nice video on Hulkling and Galan and how they are different, because I know I get that question a lot, and I'm often telling people, look, they have different immunities. They handle things differently. They are similar. I get it. They can both handle Penny Parker for you and across different node sets. So I understand the tendency to compare them, but they are very different. I could see Galan moving up. Let's let 8.1 go through. I usually like to be very, very conservative with a champion in their first time in the rankings. So that's where we've ended up. Medusa, you know, that was kind of an oversight. Just to be totally honest with you all, I think she was in Super Premium. That was really just a mistake. Someone on my Discord server brought it to our attention, and the MCoC Illuminati was like, yeah, wait, why is Medusa there? She should be up. She's not just for handling robots, folks. And if you pull her, you rank her up, she's going to fulfill a lot of roles for you, which is great, which is awesome. Moving on down in Cosmic, we've got the champion. Now, that's going to introduce a new emoji. You see the synergy one there. You see the little microphone. We've introduced this little video game robot here, this little video game monster there, this little all-star video game player there. And you see what the emoji says is like, go ask Sweeta. Because here, the fact of the matter is, like, I see the videos too. I see the videos too with the champion. And I'm like, I don't know how this guy is doing. I do not know how the man does it with a lot of these champions. I'm including the synergies there. You can go down to the synergies page for folks right here. It's in the bottom of the spreadsheet. You can see all the synergies listed for people. So for the champion, it is Luke Cage and Titania. But there it is. Go ask Sweeta. That's all I know how to say on that. I don't know what else to tell you, but I see what he's doing. It is impressive, and to me, it equates about Super Premium. Checked with the MCoC Illuminati, and they've got it there too. Now, the last one we're going to talk about today is Black Bolt, and I'm going to almost read it too. I'm not going to, it's a bit of a long write-up, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it made a lot of sense to me. And in essence, actually, I'm just going to paraphrase. In essence, there are synergies included here, but one of them is, and this is something that I think we don't talk about enough, or when we do, it's treated as like this, almost like it's a put down, and it's not. At least when I'm saying it, it is absolutely not. Sometimes the more simple a champion is, the better, if they are still effective. That's one of the negatives to Quicksilver. There's so much going on. There's so much for you to manage. And in fights you want to take him into, there's going to be a lot to manage on the defensive side too, or looking at the nodes and looking at the buffs and debuffs in the champion UI. And so the more you can boil that down, I often call it flow, right? The flow of a champion, meaning like Spider-Ham was one of my favorites with this. You just play him, and good things are happening. Every once in a while, you got to remember to kind of throw in your heavy to keep his spider sense charges high. But for the most part, it's a pretty simple rotation. You know, you're getting your porker poppers up. You want to land your taunts if you can. You've got a taunt you can automatically trigger too. And then the good things just happen. And Black Bolt is like that. Also, you don't often have to rely on his debuffs for him to do damage, which is we're seeing more and more in the game. As this game continues to grow, there's all kinds of design space that Kabam is taking advantage of, which is fantastic because it gives all these nuanced differences of these champions a different place to shine. I love it. Black Bolt makes a ton of sense right there with his synergy team, and Medusa, Karnak, pretty good champions. So it really does make a lot of sense. Someone who you could be very, very happy about ranking up. That's it. That's it for the month of September. We really did, I think we did a fantastic job in August, kind of covering the whole thing, revamping it, really making it about clearing content, rake up advice for that. Please make sure you check out the playlist. You go and check out the MCoC Illuminati, and then you test a champion yourself. Make sure you actually like them. Let me know what you think we got right. Let me know what you think we got wrong. Let me know if you like the color change. That was another thing. That was by far the biggest kind of critical feedback was it was hurting people's eyes, and we don't want to do that. Come on, the whole point is to look at this. So thanks for providing that in a really respectful way. I hope this was much better. Thank you so much for watching. Let's look forward to 8.1, see if that brings about any more adjustments for us as we head into October. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.